It's shocking the number of people that say, I want to work at Parker's because y'all give back to the communities where you do business. Here we are just doing the right thing. Our customers are rewarding us. People want to work with us. So I think every CEO needs to know that by doing the right thing and being generous and giving back, there's a world of generosity that's going to come back to you because of what you are doing for others. To think back January 1st, 1976, and to see where we are today, it's kind of hard to believe. I was the only employee. I worked for 3.5 years without a day off. And for someone who would open up and close up, the guy who was in charge of maintenance, the guy who mowed the grass, who planted the plants, who cleaned the bathrooms, who cooked the food, I think that it created me an incredible knowledge about what convenience is. And convenience defines America. And we are where America shops. Half of America shops in a convenience store every single day. And at the Parker Companies, we have 1 million transactions that occur in our stores every single week. We're the first to open, we're the last to close, and we are ubiquitous. And there are more convenience stores than any other retail entity. I've worn every hat. I've been the accountant and the bookkeeper. I've been head of marketing. I've been head of displaying. I've been head of operations. I've done everything in our industry, and it gives me a knowledge that other people don't have. But I've always had a profound fear of failure, and I think that fear of failure is what pushed me forward, that and insecurity. I think a lot of CEOs, if they want to be truly honest with themselves, they would say that they had a huge fear of failure and that they were very insecure in what they were doing. No CEO can say that they had it figured out. We certainly didn't have it figured out. I sat in our conference room and I said, this is going to be a defining time in our company's history. We're going to do the best job of handling our business, taking care of our customers, taking care of the safety of our employees, of anybody in the industry. So let's use this as a time to define ourselves. I had someone that worked with me. She was actually my chief of staff. And she came to me and said, are we going to be able to work from home during the pandemic? And I thought, well, let me answer that in writing. Would that be okay? So I went home and I wrote this letter. I've always led from the front. And my intention is to go visit every single store and talk to every single manager and every single kitchen manager to let them know that we're concerned. We're going to do whatever it takes to provide for their safety. And I was going to be a good listener, and we're going to understand what the concerns were. We're an essential business. We had to stay open. If you want to think about America shutting down, think about every convenience store shutting down. So we had to stay open. And I went on to say, what I'm not going to say to my white-collar workers is that you can work from home while the people that are the front lines, the blue-collar workers, the people that are out there serving our customers every single day, that they have to be at work, but the white-collar workers do not have to be at work? No. This office is going to stay open. As a 76-year-old leader of this company, I'm going to be here at work every single day, and I'm going to lead from the front. And I will tell you that if you look back, it was a time for us to define ourselves. Our customers appreciated what we did. Our workers appreciated what we did. We would have whole teams from the office go into stores to help clean up or to bag ice or to help with cooking. Our team members understood that we cared deeply about not only making them safe, but we were going to be there to help them as well. And that creates a real sense of camaraderie and that we can overcome whatever we're faced with. And over the time, we gained market share in every single market where we did business. Who is our brand customer? Who is that filter through which we're going to look at every lens of everything we do in our company? And you know, what's funny is the convenience store industry has always been defined by what we would call the Bubba. And the Bubba is a guy who probably drives a pickup truck, drinks beer, may chew tobacco or smoke cigarettes, likes buying Frito-Lays or meat snacks, fried chicken, that sort of thing. But that's not who we landed on. We decided that our brand filter had to be the working mother. She is the most discriminating, the most time-starved, the most demanding customer that we have. She's going to demand safety. She's going to demand cleanliness. She wants great architecture and good lighting and low aisles so she can see throughout the store, and windows on the front so she can see out because she's concerned about safety. So many of the people that worked in our stores were working mothers, and many of them were single working mothers. If you satisfy all the need states of the working mother, guess what? You're going to please everybody. You know, people would say, I think you're spending too much money on your stores, or why do you spend so much money on landscaping or your architecture? You know, Greg, sometimes good enough is good enough. And I got to tell you, in our company, we've never thought that good enough was good enough. And having this brand filter as a working mother was one of the best things we ever did. We understand as a company, if we want to be the best place to work, we have to look after our people. And I think by helping to provide for childcare is something that makes us different and distinctive and makes us people want to come work with us. And so we feel privileged and honored that we can do this. We want to earn the loyalty of our people so that the people that work with us would say, I want my sister or my mother or my friend to come work here too because we love it so much. What got us to the table initially was that we had a better experience. We had better architecture, we had nicer stores, we had cleaner bathrooms, we did that. And then when we truly transformed was when we realized that we have to be the best place to work. The high cost of low wages, you know, it doesn't work for you overtime. You've got to invest in your people, that you've got to get them the training. I want people to live the best versions of themselves that they can be. I was on the foundation board of Memorial Hospital here, and I knew that some things were going well with the hospital and some things weren't. I ended up having to go to the hospital with an emergency surgery. It was a 6.5-hour surgery, and I went to the ED. I had a really bad experience. So I thought, you know, I can do something about this. I can help this. So we gave a gift to Memorial to help create what we thought was going to be just a great emergency room. And it paid off. And several months down the road, I was saying to Terry Heidman, who was my CFO, why are our sales up? We're not running any promotion, but it's like our sales have jumped in every single store. What's happened? Everybody is talking about what we did for the Emergency and Trauma Center, the Parker Emergency and Trauma Center at Memorial Hospital. And people they're giving back to us. Here we were just doing the right thing for our community. We weren't thinking about that our customers would reward us, but in fact they did. It truly is part of the DNA of this company that we do want to be able to give back. We've given away quite a bit of money over the last 6-7 years. We've given away around $30 million. And so we're doing it in 4 buckets. Number 1 is education, because education is the foundation of prosperity. The other is healthcare, and we recently gave a $5 million gift to take care of underinsured and uninsured people, and we're giving back to heroes, so we have lined ourselves with wounded warriors. And the 4th leg of the stool is around hunger. So last year we set a goal of feeding 2 million meals to hungry children, and we achieved it. It's shocking the number of people that say, I want to work at Parker's because y'all give back to the communities where you do business. Here we are just doing the right thing. Our customers are rewarding us. People want to work with us. So I think every CEO needs to know that by doing the right thing and being generous and giving back, there's a world of generosity that's going to come back to you because of what you are doing for others. There are 3 campuses for Georgia Southern University. There's one in Statesboro, one in Hinesville, one in Savannah. I thought, you know what? At the time, we had a lot of our leadership team matriculated through Georgia Southern, and so they were Georgia Southern people, and we said, why don't we invest here in our backyard where it's really going to be meaningful? And that way we can work with the university, and we can create this pipeline of talent, not only to the Coastal Empire, but to Parker's as well. And so it's one of the best decisions we made. We have a Parker Scholars Program, where I individually am able to work with some of these students. They will come here. I periodically go there. We have recruited students out of that group, and we've had several that we have hired. They've come in as an intern, and then we end up hiring them into our organization now. But it's also good for all the adjoining businesses that are here. I'm on the board of the Savannah Economic Development Authority, and we're all about create economic opportunity and growing jobs in our area. And so by investing in Georgia Southern, we're investing in our community at the same time. And so it's been really fun. In addition to that, we have our Fuel in the Community charity that we started in 2011. That was Terry Heidman's idea. And so we do 1 Cent Wednesdays. A portion of what we make on our profits go back to local area schools. It's over 2.5, maybe 2.75 million to local area schools. And the great thing about it is we create some stickiness there because the customer can decide what school gets the pennies that are going there. Most people say, why don't you sell out and sail into the sunset? And I said, well, I don't want to. I want to continue to create opportunity. So we just closed on a $1.2 billion loan that's going to allow us to grow in ways that we've never grown before. So we've got 113 stores in the pipeline. They're not all going to get built, but a huge percentage of them will. We're going to open 100 stores in the next 4 years, and I've got this extraordinary team that's going to do it. And let me tell you something, at one point, I was the best bookkeeper, I was the best marketer, I was the best operations person, I was the best at merchandising, I was the best at all that. I'm not a fraction as good as any of those people are in the disciplines that we have now. And, I didn't have great work-life balance when I was young. I worked too much because I wanted to have the flexibility that success would afford you as you got older. And guess what? I'm there. And so on February 28th, I stepped down as the CEO, and I say it's the first promotion I've gotten since I started work. So I'll become the executive chairman. I've got an incredible board. I've got an incredible team that's behind me. It's going to do a far better job than I did in the past. And I'm going to be able to really give back in meaningful ways to the community that has supported us. Our success is built on the shoulders of others. And the success in the future is going to be built on the shoulders of others. And the thing that, as I said before, that I've learned is by doing the right thing, your customers will reward you. And by doing the right thing, your employees will support you. And I am truly humbled and grateful for the people that I've worked with.